If you're a heating and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, how does pursuing greatness help you be amazing at what you do, and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Sullivan Bell, coming to you live for HVAC Technician Sales Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business, and a fantastic day to talk about you for video number 650. So today, I do want to have an important conversation with you about greatness, how to stay great, and how to remain great. I have quite a few notes right here on my phone that I want to go over with you. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone to make sure I got everything. So here is the struggle that I see a lot of people have. And I want you to know that it's your journey, right? So whatever you're deciding to do in life, that's your journey, that's your dream, that's your goals, not mine. And as long as you're staying on the right side of honesty and morals and ethics, I will celebrate everything that you do. Whoosh, digital high five for you, my friend, because that's the right thing to do. Here is what the struggle that I see people get caught up in is they look over here at that dude or chick, and they look over there at that dude or chick, and they're like, look what they're doing and I'm not. And so they see the person up here, and you may feel like you're here, and they're like, look at the gap. Look at the gap. These are all the things that I'm not. These are all the things that I wish I could be. And like in all realities, that person could just be a couple cheeseburgers ahead of you in life. In all realities, they may have a better skill than you. In all realities, they may have better talent. Now, this gap is what drives people crazy. This gap is what drives people nuts, because they're thinking, what do I have to do to make up that difference? And sometimes people decide to go down the wrong path. Occasionally people say, hey, I think I'm gonna do the unethical or unmoral thing. And I'm going to say that is probably the wrong way to do it. Actually, that's absolutely the wrong way to do it. There's no probably here. That is absolutely the wrong way to do it. It is you against you in business and sales first. It's you against everybody else second, right? It's just a good reminder that you have to maintain your focus, that you have to pay attention to the things that are around you. And it takes a lot of focus to not let other people steal your joy. It takes a lot of focus for you to go, hey, I'm still a good person. I'm still a good human being. I still got good talent, skills, and capabilities. I'm still good at what I do. I just need some help to get to that gap. I need that gain. I need to finish that area that I don't know. And that's why it's good for you to get extra education. It's good for you to have amazing mentors, fantastic people around you to say like, hey, look, you can close that gap. It's entirely possible. It's not instant. And that's the mistake that I see people make. They're hoping that it's going to be like, they're going to go in, they're going to flip a switch, they're going to take one class, they're going to have one conversation, and that's just not how it works. And this right here is why you should join my email publication. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel, which means private coaching, private training, discounted coaching, discounted training. It's an email publication. You have to keep your ethics and beliefs along your journey. I see people struggle with this, and what happens is they're like, you know what? I'll trade those things for money, and I'll deal with them later after everything is fixed. Not the right way to do it, right? Because then like sometimes what I see is they never make the change back to who they were or who they are supposed to be because they traded for money, and that's not the right way. In any industry, any service, it doesn't matter what it is, there's room for greatness, there's room for you to make money, there's room for you to do things wrong, there's room for you to do things right. I would encourage you to make sure that you're doing things right, because when you surround yourself with the right people, they'll keep you on the path. They're like, hey dude, hey chick, make sure you're doing things the right way. I love what you're doing. Got some concerns about what's going on. Like, are you doing things right? Like some of my coaches and mentors consistently ask me, hey Scott, how are things going? Oh, they're going good. You staying above board? Yep, cool, right? Some of them are like, that's the expectation. I'm not even gonna ask you, right? Like you'll lose your spot in my arrangement if you decide to go to the dark side, which that's another way of dealing with it too. There's not one way that you're going to see a coach or a mentor deal with like, hey, make sure you're doing the right thing. And this thread is the golden thread that you're going to see go through this entire conversation. Make sure that you're doing the right thing. When you live your dreams for you and your family and your loved ones, what you'll find is it's easier to celebrate because you have that common bond, you have that common belief, you have that common theory. And this becomes super importante because your dreams, your beliefs may be completely different than somebody else's, and they may look at you and they go, hey, that's not big enough. And then the people over here are like, that's plenty. I look up to you. That's amazing. But we tend to focus on the people who go, ooh, you're not doing enough. Hey, I'm stoked that you're here. I'm stoked that you're watching this video. To me, A+. I mean, it tells me that you're on your path. That means that you're on your journey. You're going to have setbacks. I have setbacks. I have bad days. I have things that happen to me that I don't really care for. There's some things that are going on right now that I am not going to share, but I recently have had some setbacks. And with that being said, people, when they see you hurt, will do everything they can to pull you down. And they may do it subconsciously. They may do it consciously. The people who are doing it subconsciously, that's their programming system. The people who are doing it consciously are not the right people to be around, right? The right people that are around you are going to lift you up. They're going to say like, hey, let's get you back in the game. Let's put some Band-Aids on that boo-boo. Let's rub some dirt on it. Let's rub some gasoline. Let's get you back up to speed. And this really matters if you're going to pursue greatness, because the people around you really do make the difference. The people around you will influence you to do right. The people around you could influence you to do wrong. When you decide, hey, I'm going to stick on the right path and keep on that golden thread and do the right thing for the people that I meet with and for my clients, I've made the decision. I'm not going to go down that way. You're going to have wins. Oh my goodness, you're going to have wins. And so when that does happen, I would say celebrate them. I've had some really good wins in the last couple of months. I published 2 books. I've gotten a bunch of really awesome testimonials from people that I've been able to help. So I took some screenshots, I took some videos, and I put them in my awesomeness swipe file so that I always have something to go back to say, hey, look, I'm pursuing greatness. Here's the reasons why. Here are some of the things that I've done. Here are a couple of things that people really enjoy about working with me. Here are some things that I've been able to help them achieve and do. My phone keeps locking. Isn't that great? You'll love it. Live to your convictions and your beliefs. Once again, this golden thread, because sometimes people will go down the path of producing fake numbers and telling stories that aren't accurate. And in every industry and every service that I've been in, the people in it that look at numbers will tell you, hey, that dude or that chick is not really doing what they're supposed to. Those numbers aren't real. They're being fed. They're taken care of. In car sales, they're called the house mouse, right? They're given the leads. They're given the ability to go out and make an exceptional living. And there's this disparity, and you're looking at the gap that's created from all of the help that they're getting, and you're like, why not me? Well, if you start going down this path of why not me and how come me and the world's coming against me, it'll turn into a poison. And if you're going to pursue greatness in sales or business, what you have to remember is it is you against you first. It's you against everybody else second. You're all like, hey, you're behind me. What I'm worried about is me. I'm not necessarily worried about you. This is me. This is me I'm worried about. I'm going to focus on me today. So I would encourage you to take some time and focus on your goals, your beliefs, your strategies, the things that excite you, right? So sometimes people say, hey, Scott, what kind of car do you like? I'm like, I'm not a car person, right? I'm a location person. I'm in Carlsbad today. Way cooler than me than a car, right? You know, I will at some point trade for a Rolex, but I'm not going to buy one. So like when you look, you're like, my goals aren't going to be your goals, but I'll celebrate with your goals as long as they're moral and ethical. Hey, high five, digital high five to you. Some records in sales and business just aren't duplicatable. And somebody just may have had the right time, the right place, the right capability, the perfect situation, and it put the watermark right here. Hey, by all means, shoot for it. By all means, go for it. By all means, put the best effort you have in. But if you have that gap and you're like, man, I can't get to it. I listened to a guy 2 days ago who's selling his company for $2 billion, right? Selling his company. And it was the perfect storm of opportunity. It was everything went right, but there was a lot of things that went wrong. And he was sharing, he was like, look, you know, it just so happened to be at the right point of time with the right capital, at the right people, even though we made a lot of mistakes along the way. And we, including me, sometimes look and you're like, oh my goodness, look how far up the mountain I got to go. That gap isn't this big. It's this big, right? In order for you to work on greatness, it's going to take a lot of focus. It's going to take you living through challenges. It's going to take you living through burdens. It's going to take you living through mistakes. It's going to take you lighting money on fire. But here's the thing. I believe in you. I do. I know that you can do it. Keep going. Sales greatness, business greatness is right around the corner. You just have to stay focused on what's going on and stay on above board. You got one of three things to do from here, just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. And if you heard water through this whole video, there's a water fountain right behind me. That's what's making the noise. We'll see you soon.